Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hedge! Oh, that's electrifying!
Hat-trick hunting, trick getting. Still the appetite is there for more. Oh, it is sensational!
Welcome to the show, lads. Welcome to the show. I know it's late, but I'm pretty sure people in America, this is perfect time for you. I'll be doing streams late in the morning, whenever, but there'll be a stream almost every day. So, welcome to the channel, guys. Before we start off, like the video. Just like the video. That's all you can do as we start off. Like the video before we discuss. So, according to a lot of sources, some of the sources you can't really trust them, but we're gonna run with it. They're saying Man City wants to sign two more players, that's a midfielder and a right back. Obviously, Cambiaso has been discussed, and there's a lot of tweets today, this morning, saying, "Oh, the bid for Cambiaso is going to come in. Um, Juventus wants 75 million, not pounds, euros. Yet Man City have bid like 49 million pounds. I don't know. That's similar. So I don't know why they keep doing different numbers. That's when you're like, why are there different numbers? But I think there's a gap of price between that. The funny thing is, Cambiaso, who is a right back and left back, he plays both back sides. He's not going to play tomorrow. Juventus have a game tomorrow. There's a final game for Juventus, and he's not going to play. Is it a coincidence? Is he actually injured? According to reports, he's injured. To be honest with you, Cambiaso hasn't been playing for Juventus a lot. It's ever since he was linked with Man City. That's when he started playing again. So look, at the end of the day, what we have so far is some people who are reporting, some people are reporting that Cambiaso is going to come to City. That Cambiaso will actually happen, and then other people are saying it's not going to happen. So we'll see how that one goes. I would be a bit disappointed, to be honest with you, if the signing of, let's say, Cambiaso doesn't happen, because if you can look at our games recently, we are playing Nunes, who is attacking midfielder. We're playing Nunes, who's an attacking midfielder, playing him as a right back. And then we let Kyle Walker go. So if Man City were letting Kyle Walker go at that same rate, you've let Kyle Walker go, yet you're not confident enough to secure a fullback, a right back, actually. That is just going to be something very weird. So I would be thinking that the best thing for Man City to be doing right now is actually push to sign a right back. So the right back, obviously, we've been looking at all this time is Cambiaso, who, as I said, is a very good footballer. He can play both sides, which helps us a lot because it also gives a bit of rest to Josko Vadio, who's been playing almost every single game. It also gives us a sort of advantage that Josko can actually move in as a centre back and start playing as centre back, and then Cambiaso sometimes can play as a left back or right back. In that way, we can rotate Akanji maybe as a right back. So it gives a lot. That's why this Cambiaso signing makes a lot of sense, and not forgetting that he can also tack into midfield. The only issue is after the reports that we are close to sending a bid for. There's another report saying we're going to send a bid tomorrow during the final games. I don't know, maybe it'll happen after the Juventus game. They decided that's when they will be able to close the deal, but it's very weird for me. Why don't you just bid now? It's also very weird that he's all of a sudden injured. So that's the one on Cambiaso. Let's just go to the comments so far anyway. Cadinho says, "What's up, Patrick? Hope you're well. It looks like Cambiaso isn't going to happen this transfer window." Yeah, it looks like that, but other people are still reporting that City might still sign him. The deal might close. Juve, when it comes to Douglas, either want a loan with obligation to buy or permanent transfer now. According to some reports, some people have started reporting that. I have a report here. I saw it on Twitter. Bear with me for a minute. I saw it on Twitter. There's a report saying, so this is the report I saw on Twitter, just the latest one. Man City have offered a loan to try to sign Douglas Luiz from Juventus. That's an hour ago, which will include an obligation to buy to give the green light to Douglas sell. So obviously, somebody is saying Man City have accepted the obligation to buy. So we'll see anyway. Don't forget, Juventus is asking for 40 million pounds for Douglas. So Juventus either say you get the loan of obligation to buy or you buy him right now for 40 million. So the Douglas story started during this window. Am I disappointed that we are not going we're not going aggressive on Douglas? I am disappointed. Why? Number one, the team right now doesn't have any legs. The team right now is lacking a midfielder. And if Man City or Pep think that this current team they have right now is going to be able to, even if let's say we qualify for the Champions League tomorrow, which Pep is very sure of, if we go to the later stages, I don't think you can survive with this team. Let's not also forget that you are also playing for top 4 because you've messed up. So you have messed up in the league. You're playing for top four. Not only do you have to fight for top four, not only you have to play FA Cup games, not only then you have to play extra Champions League games. In this form, in this current form we are in right now, and how bad it is with injuries and how bad it is with the legs we have in midfield. Kovacic gets injured, by the way, a lot. Gundogan is 34 years old. KDB is 33 years old. Bernardo Silva is 31. His best game was Chelsea. He hasn't had the best season. You are telling me, Man City, you can't push to buy Douglas. I've been saying it many times that people who keep saying, "Oh, we can't buy Douglas because we'll have nothing to use him for in summer." Let me ask you something, right? Douglas is 26 years old, just 10, 26 years old. Gundogan is 34 years old. Kovacic is going to be 32 years old. Bernardo Silva will be 31 or 32 years old very soon. KDB will be 34 years old. Come summer, which midfielder would you keep? I'm keeping Douglas. I'd rather keep somebody who's 26 years old in summer. And regardless that I buy another DM, Douglas can play box to box. Douglas can play other positions. Like he can still be there. We can get another player who is sort of just an attacking midfielder. Then that's all. That's all I'm wondering why. So I pray this report. I know I'm gonna share it. I know this guy posts a lot of shit, but sometimes he gets things right. I know he posts a lot of stuff, but sometimes he gets things right. He was actually one of the people posting last time. I think when we were signing the new kid from Brazil, he was posting saying, so there is the tweet I was talking about. So Man City have offered an expensive loan to try sign Douglas Luiz from Juventus, which asking to include an obligation to buy to give the green light to Douglas sale. So he started from January 20 talking about it, and he's backing himself. I know he's not the most reliable, but sometimes he gets things right. Sometimes he gets things right. So that's the Douglas one. Hopefully we succeed because we're in the mud right now. We're in the mud. Don't get too excited by the Chelsea win. If we don't sign a midfielder this transfer window, then Chiki must as well leave at the end of the season. He's already leaving at the end of the season. We need to play Cambiaso, also Jumudi, the CDM8 that plays for Sporting. Okay, I didn't know about that. Yo, how you doing, man? How you doing? Guys, like the vid. Subscribe if you're new. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'm trying to get to 4K. So support. Oh, the guy club was the DM from Sporting. What's his name? Jumud. Okay, I will. I don't know if I'm saying, is it Jumud? Yeah, there it is. Moton. Is a Danish player. Let's see. So he's a Danish player, and he plays for Sporting. He's a defensive midfielder, 25 years old. Yeah, I'm gonna share with you this, guys. This is so. Where do you read this? Where do you read that City are interested in this guy? Let me know, man. Let me know. Let's just go. So there it is. So there he is. Danish footballer. Yeah. So he's just like a proper. Let's just go here. So he's very tall fella. I've seen people talking about him. So his market value is 45 million at the point right now. So his market value is 45 million. Let's see. So he plays defensive midfielder or central midfield. Okay. So it's not bad. So he plays defensive midfield and midfield. These are the players you want, you know. These are the players you want. You want somebody who cannot just play defensive midfield, but they also have to play other positions in midfield, which makes it great that even if you have, let's say for instance, you have Douglas in the team, you have this Jumad or Morten. Okay, I'll just call him Morten. Let's say you have Morten in your team who can play other positions, and then you have Douglas who can also play other positions, even attacking. It would be good for City if they sign somebody like this. That would be a good signing for City. But I haven't seen any links. Cambiaso deal will happen in January. everyone will probably heard after the Champions League match. Okay, okay. Some people are still hopeful. Some people are still hopeful that it's going to happen. Um, I'm, I'm okay, man. Thanks for asking. I'm okay, man. I'm okay. Surviving, trying to survive. So, how are you, man? I haven't. I think I speak to you on Twitter a lot, but I haven't seen you on the channel. I've seen you a few times, but you used to be always here. Pep loves to visit our players so much. Yeah, he does. Douglas and Cambiaso will come. Oh, you're very certain. I pray that Douglas and Cambiaso both come. According to some of the reports, it looks like Man City are willing to take Douglas on loan. As I said, I don't get why we are so stubborn and say we can't accept the obligation to buy. I would be accepting that obligation to buy, and I would take him on loan because at this point in time, Man City beggars are not choosers, and we do need a defensive midfielder. You should have just signed Zubamende. I know we should have. I don't know why we didn't. He was there. I know he was there for the taking, but he decided to go to Arsenal. I think the CDM. Okay, I think the CDM. Okay, the CDM will be. Um, okay, Morten Humed, the Danish guy from Sporting, ITK that works in the club. Okay, okay, okay. This is why we have to get a replacement for Walker because we can't be playing Lewis and Nunes as our right back and think we're going to win the Champions League. That's the other thing. I'm thinking we should be serious about the Champions League. We should, and the only way we can win it is getting a CDM and getting a Walker replacement. We should have signed a DM early on in January transfer window, like Liverpool did for signing a centre back early on in 2018 January transfer window. We should have signed a DM. I don't know about the people in the chat. People in the chat or people who are watching on Twitter. We should have signed a DM. We should have signed a DM. We shouldn't be scrambling right now on the 28th of January, having rumors like, oh, Douglas Luiz, we are not very certain because we don't want to have the obligation to buy. We have to sign him. And I hope this guy, this ITK or whatever, who's posted that Douglas Luiz, we might actually sign him. I hope he's right. Because I'm telling you this for free, City fans. You don't expect any trophies if we don't sign a CDM. Don't expect any trophies. If Sporting don't make the playoffs or the top 8, then Jumont to Man City has a major chance of happening. The same thing as the third player we're going to talk about today, Ederson. There's rumors that Atalanta are willing to sell Ederson for 50 million. So because they're out of the title race, so that might be another player that they're willing to sell. So I just want a CDM. Doesn't matter who it is, to be honest. Pep wants a proper baller like Baleba, not available in January. That's why Tiki is going to buy Luiz on loan, Cambiaso permanent, and then the club some are going to buy a baller. Okay, that's a good take. Would you take Delap back? Yes, I would have. I would still take Delap back to the club, but where is he going to play now? We've got Omar Mush, so I'm not sure. We ain't getting top 4 or 5. We will be topless if we don't get 1 or 2 midfielders. That's a good point. Says Jumoland. Oh, okay. You guys are. His name is Jamud. Is it Morten? But everybody's paying them very differently. Big up. Not fit Pep Guardiola system. Looks like Patrick. Hope you're well. I'm good. Look how you're doing yourself. Thoughts on that 2023 transfer window you had after winning the treble? It wasn't great. That window wasn't great. Some of the windows haven't been great at all. The windows haven't been amazing at all. That's why we're in this mess, because I believe we should have invested in a CDM after the treble. We should have invested in a reliable right back after the treble, or a left back, because we've been starving in those areas and struggling. And people should have avoided becoming after Alvarez left. When Alvarez was leaving, Mamouche had to be walking through the door. So this whole thing we're trying to put out fires right now, it's too late. I think we get a replacement for Walker. We couldn't be conceding some of the goals we're conceding this season, but some of the goals we conceded this season were on Walker's side. Let's not forget he lost the pace. He also looked like he lost the passion to play for Man City. I respect Walker, but even his interview, you can tell that he's got a bit of sourness in him, and unhappiness for the fact that he wasn't being played. But Mr. Walker, the reason why they didn't play you is because you were not in top form, and Rico Lewis was in top form, and we didn't have any other choice of right back, so we had to play other players in your position. So City, yeah, you're right. The treble winning season, we should have invested greatly. And ITK on another City channel, YouTube channels. Now, I'm not doing ITK things, man. I don't like trying to claim that I know something that in the club is happening. No, no, no. I don't do that. I don't do the ITK. I'm just whatever I'm reporting today about City signing two more. I'm just looking through Twitter. I've been looking through Twitter all day, so I'm just discussing with you what I'm seeing, and then let's go to Edison. Edison from Atlanta. Let's see if there's any news that's been reported. I think the last report I saw was that Atalanta are willing to sell him for 50. Mm, and I'd like to know exactly where these rumors are coming from. So bear with me for a minute. Let's just search Edison Atalanta, and then we can see that those posts too and see. So Edison, yeah, Edison Atalanta. So, guys, like the vid. That's all. Sometimes we're asking on these channels, uh, just like the vid, like the video. You like the video, it helps the channel to grow. It also helps the algorithm and shit like that. So So it says Man City have been a long-term admirers of Atlanta's midfielder Edison. The sources in Italy believe that Syria are now open for business after seeing their title hopes fade in recent weeks. I think LB predicted this on Twitter. He said he thinks if he was like he thinks if Atlanta don't make don't which is again don't win a certain game or get close to winning the title race, he has a feeling that they would be willing to sell Edison, Edison, the defensive midfielder. So let's see how this goes, man. Let's see how this goes. And City have been offered the chance, and most of the reports are saying City have been offered the chance to sign Douglas on a loan with if they agree to the obligation to buy. So it's up to Man City right now. Do you go to Atalanta and give them the 50 million? Or do you get Douglas Luiz on loan with an obligation to buy of 20 million? There is there's a lot of things City can do, and if you are a City fan, some City fans are supporting the fact that don't buy a DM. You are in for a heartbreak. You are in for heartbreak this season. Then I know the heartbreak is already, but you're in for heartbreak. Yeah, these are the hybrids I keep talking about. I'm fine. Did you become cheeky out? No, I don't do that. I don't do that. The club had gone 4 months to prepare since Rodri got injured. That is true. That is true. You're spitting facts. The club had 4 months to prepare when Rodri got injured. Zubamende is not our problem solver. Zubamende number 6 months later, best number 6 will be back. Whereas Zubamende is playing. Zubamende can play 8 and 6. Zubamende can play 6. And this is another thing. Let me tell people. When Rodri comes back, do you think Rodri is going to play 70 games? I'm just telling people. When Rodri comes back, would you be playing Rodri in Carabao Cups, FA Cups, playing him everywhere? I think we need a DM. Like where was Zubamende play? Zubamende is younger than Rodri. He can play in other games. I don't get why people keep saying, "Oh, Rodri comes back. What's going to happen?" He's going to play games. Rodri cannot play 60 games again. You can't do that to him again. Rodri has to play for Spain. Or if they qualify for any other cups, Spain, he has to play for Spain. They play him in Spain. Both of these players can share minutes. You don't have to play Rodri in some of these Premier League games. You don't. You can play him in very important games. No, the replacement for Alvarez is Mamouche. That's the replacement. Luiz has to be signed permanently as Juventus have financial issues. Oh, So maybe that's why they're going back and forth. Zubamende came in at the Euros 2024 for Rodri and was world class. That is true. That is true. That's the problem. We don't need Rodri replacement. We need Rodri covered, who covered Rodri problem and make not great. Yeah, yeah. We do need another player. I'm telling you. There's so many games City play. Don't forget, we're also in that FIFA World Cup thing. Remember FIFA World Cup? Okay, so Carabao Cup, FA Cup, the FIFA World Cup, Club Cup, the one that they're going to be playing. City is going to be playing in that. The Champions League, the Premier League. That's five just now, just five. All those games Rodri can't play. You need somebody else. Walker got destroyed by Werner. Yeah, he was. That was embarrassing. You should have sold Walker to Bayern when you had the chance. I said this already. I think this transfer of Walker is delayed. We should have done this during the. We should have done the Walker deal during the treble season. So I don't know, but obviously it is what it is. Maybe at that time they saw the importance of Walker, but right now, to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure everybody feels that we should have sold Walker then. A lot of people are saying Edison from Atlanta isn't good enough. Who's saying that? You could have signed Szoboszlai, Rice, McAllister, Gavin Burke, 2023 transfer window, but ended up with Kovacic Nunes. It looked good then. It looked good. Zubamende and Rodri can play together too. Yeah, they can. This is what I'm telling people. They can. Really should fake injuries for the National League matches. I would do the same. We're gonna need three midfielders, whether it's now or summer. That is true. KDB is gonna need to be replaced. Gundogan replacement. Bernardo Silva replacement. Maybe Kovacic replacement. He says ITK Patrick. No, I'm not. I'm not here doing ITK stuff. I'm here talking to people. This is what I do. I am here talking with people. I said City to sign two more players. They're saying Cambiaso. Some people are saying Cambiaso is not going to come in. Some people who are on Twitter are saying Cambiaso is going to come in. We're going to sign him for 65 million. And then some people are reporting that City have accepted the terms on the Douglas Luiz loan with the obligation to buy. To be honest with you, I don't know why we're being stubborn. 30 million pounds is not a lot of money. 30 million pounds is not a lot of money. If you want, you can flip him, sell him off to somebody if it doesn't work out. But I'm pretty sure you can still keep him around the squad. And then there's also reports on Twitter. People are saying Atalanta are willing to sell Edison right now because their title hopes are in shit, are in shambles. So they are willing. So we're just discussing this. But to be honest with you, I can be honest. If we don't sign any of these players that have been listed right now, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. Hashtag where is Douglas Luiz? Where is Cambiaso? I thought getting Gundogan back was a great transfer, but it wasn't in hindsight. Let's be honest. When Gundogan was coming back, we thought Rodri was going to stay fit. So when Gundogan was coming back to Man City, our thought was, look, he's coming in to play few minutes. He's not going to play a lot of minutes, so it's not going to be pressure on him. But due to the injuries now, we ended up playing Gundogan more than we were supposed to play him. I don't think we were supposed to be playing Gundogan as much as we have. And City fans, let's not forget, we were all hyping his return. So we are all guilty for hyping his return. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, Gundogan this, Gundogan that. Like, we were all hyping his return. We said Gundogan has to come back. Wait. Gundogan has to come back. So it's one of those that what you call this again? That you have to. It's one of those that we have to take the L as City fans. Like, the L is on us. So at the end, we have to take the L. So at the end of the day, we can't really complain. Saying, oh, why are we not Why is Gundogan still here? We wanted Gundogan here. Just bear with me for a minute. So let's keep going with the comments, guys. As I say, like the video as we're going. McAllister would have been the perfect Gundogan replacement. I also say this that we could have to get, but looks like Liverpool were already doing the deal underground. So like Liverpool were already doing the deal. So by the time we could have got there, I think it was a bit too late because Liverpool had already done the legwork on him. So it is what it is, man. Sometimes, as I said, some of these windows we did make mistakes. So we will probably learn from it, probably learn from it. We'll probably have learned from it, saying maybe we should be careful in the future, do things better. But I just feel like the window where we've signed a few players, we were a bit cocky. Like there's a window where we just signed Gundogan, a window where we just brought a young player in Savinho. Like there was windows where we could have done something and we didn't do anything. We decided to just sign low. Sometimes we all knew we needed DM, but City were still not signing a DM. And then look at that. If we had a DM, wouldn't be it? So Douglas Luiz knows the Pep system. Yeah, I don't rate Rice as highly as others, but him and Rodri would have been a great midfield partnership. That is true. Kickster, if Patrick is a 90k, then I'm the next Michael Jackson. I'm not a 90k. I didn't say I'm a 90k here. Achiki and Pep really have weakened your squad. Yeah, they did. They delayed a bit. Gundogan and Bernardo finished. Unfortunately, the squad players at best. That Walker contract announcement on Twitter was so cringe. I know it was. It was. You got bullied by Arsenal for Rice despite being trouble-winning teams. Yeah, that was disappointing. I was disappointed by that. I think City did not push as much as they should have pushed. I think Arsenal didn't have to. Like Arsenal could have not won that if City pushed as hard as they pushed. That's why I'm saying there's a lot of things. Some of the decisions that have been made, especially after the treble winning season, we should have strengthened certain areas. But instead, we started handing a contract to 30-year-old players, handing a 250k contract to John Stones just because he had a good performance in the Champions League, and now he's on 250k, and John Stones is always injured. So it's just there was a lot of mistakes done. Imagine if you had Paqueta and Rice. Yeah, that was the dream. Paqueta was supposed to come here, and look what happened in West Ham, but he's still playing for West Ham. That's what's funny about all this. Still playing for West Ham. So guys, so those are the rumors so far. If anything solid comes in, I'll come on and we'll talk about it. But let me read this. We ain't paying 150 for Rice. Let's get this straight. Okay, fair. Pep refused to sign Enzo for 15 million. Refused Alvarez payment. Delayed the rebuild last Saturday. Yeah, that is actually true. That is actually true. So guys, like the video. Like the vid. As I said, I'll be doing a lot of videos. Even if it's late, I'll be trying to do a video almost a day. Obviously, we'll have a lot to talk about. Tomorrow, I'll do a video on a preview for the match, the final match that we're going to play on Wednesday night, which is tomorrow. It's such a Wednesday today in Ireland, so it's today. But also, guys, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 4K. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. There's certain people who are still being frauds, certain fraudulent behavior happening where you're still watching the channel. But you're not subscribing. According to my stats here, there's a lot of you watch the channel, you come back to the channel, you love the channel, but you're not subscribing. So this fraudulent behavior has to stop. So this fraudulent behavior has to stop. Stop watching it on Twitter. Share the love, man. Your boy has been hustling. True City Fan channel has been hustling for so long. So there you go, guys. Go to my page on YouTube. If you a Twitter merchant, you're always on Twitter. That's all you do is tweet, and watch it on Twitter. Come to YouTube and share me a like. Give me a like on my videos. That's what I'm asking. Give me a like on the videos and come and subscribe. We're on 3,654 or 57. So I want to get to 4K. Get your boy to 4K. let me buy that Bugatti. You know what I mean? Get myself a Bugatti. I'm joking. But get me to 4K so we can get things running, and then maybe start doing this full time. You never know. It might happen. It might happen. You never know. It might happen. You never know. You never know. Okay, so yeah, so guys, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. Let's get those subscribers out. Twitter is owned by a fraud anyway, Patrick. I know. Let me talk to Mike though, because he's coming in late, but I'm gonna talk to him. Mike,
What's
how
up,
you doing, man?
Patrick? What's up?
I'm good. How you doing? Are you tired of trying to find links to transfer?
I'm trying to find everybody linked to City. Whether it's a rumor, whether it's accurate, I don't care. I want to know what's going on.
Yeah, man. So far, there's a guy who's tweeted. I think I sent to the group. He says City have actually accepted the terms of Douglas Luiz, and I hope he's right. So that's
He said,
our last one. I know you don't. I know you don't like Douglas Luiz, but there's also another rumor saying Atalanta are willing to do business because they are out of the title race, so they're willing to do business now. So yeah, so apparently they're willing to sell Edison for 50. I don't know what City would do. To be honest with you, what would you do? You'd just buy Edison right away, wouldn't you? Because I was telling some City fans here who were saying, "Oh, where is Edison or Zubamende going to play if they ever came to City?" People forget, Michael. There is the FIFA Club World Cup, right? There's Champions League, there's Carabao Cup, there's FA Cup, there's Premier League, and let's not forget those other extra games they play in Europe. People don't know that Rodri cannot play all these games. Do people know that that you can't play? And there's no player who's gonna be moaning because you're gonna be playing the Champions League games. Rodri might not play all the Champions League games. Remember, it's the only reason why he was playing is because Phillips was stinking, but Phillips was given the opportunity to play in the qualifying. So even if we were to buy Edison now for 50 million, I wouldn't be complaining because buying him right now,
why would any City fan want to complain? Like,
they're saying because when it comes to summer, what do you call that? Rodri will be back, so there'll be no space. As if Rodri is a machine to play all those games.
Like, the reason City want Edison more than any other CDM rather than Luiz or Zubamendi is because Edison play multiple positions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Edison plays left back for Atlanta majority of the season, just like how he plays CDM majority of the season. He got that flexibility, and that's one of the reasons Pep is so interested in him. And not because if City do go out and get, say, Zubamendi or Douglas Luiz, they just are one positional player. When Roger come back, they're gonna cry for game time. Are they gonna play the lesser games when City rotating? You know what I mean? For cup games. And with Edison, it will be more flexible and makes more sense to go for a player who doesn't really threaten the position of Rodri, and they don't feel threatened themselves or left out when it comes to game time pertaining to the CDM position. And the rumor, I don't know how true the rumor is. I was waiting until tomorrow to see what's the progress on that, because if Atalanta is willing to sell Edison, I can assure you City will move for him this window if they're willing to sell. But all the research I did is, if Juve willing to let Douglas Luiz on loan, City will go for him with Cambiasso, and that's a short-term loan for Luiz, and then move for Edison in the summer just to balance the books. And that's the only difference. Otherwise, it all depends though. Like I keep saying, it depends on what Juve is doing. If Juve willing to let Douglas Luiz out on a short-term loan, I can assure you he will be at City. City will take that offer instead of spending all cash on Edison. They will go for him in the summer.
Okay. And look, at the end of the day, if what you can say, if we get any of them, I think it will be like, okay, City have decided to So City have decided to pick what's best, because if they want to pick something, if they pick Douglas, maybe they'll see, oh, this is what's best for us to get to summer. You know what I mean? Because whatever decision they make, I'm pretty sure they'll have a plan already. So we just hope. Look, at the end of the day, I just want any midfield as long as they know how to defend. Because I don't want to. I don't want to end up. I don't want to end up. What you could get. I don't want to end up with an embarrassment, because at least get me the FA Cup or get me to a semi-final in the Champions League. You know, save face. Somewhere we have to save face. And another position. What about the Cambiaso thing? I'm just reading that some people are saying there's a bid tomorrow, Wednesday, after the final games. Other people saying the deal is finished.
Nah, it's just like that. It's just like the Marmoush situation. A lot of people in the beginning, a lot of people was like, "Oh, City had bid for Marmoush," and then the next day you hear City haven't bid, and then the next day you hear City bid, and then it's the same continuous. It's gonna be the same thing. It's the agent of Cambiaso who is doing all the negotiation with for the right price with the club, because there's no release clause, and City want to make sure when they bid, it's what the club wanted. So once the agent report now, and I think the agent already spoke to City, and Juve is willing to accept a fee. I see the in our WhatsApp group they send that article. The Mirror is lying. City haven't bid for Cambiaso yet this weekend, based on all the Italian sources I'm following. None of them said. Everybody says City will bid after the UCL game, because that is going to determine what City is going to do pertaining to Cambiaso and the potential CDM. And for any other article, well, all the articles I've seen is that City is looking at the Serie A for the players they're about to sign next, which is the 2 players they're about to sign. So whether they sign Atalanta, Edison, or Douglas Luiz or Cambiaso, they're going to sign 2 players before February the 3rd and deadline day. And Cambiaso will be one of them. The only way I can see City don't sign Cambiaso is if he has a major injury. That's it. Otherwise, he's going to be at the Etihad. I can bet my money on it.
Yeah, I hope he is, because we are struggling in the fullback positions. And I think I was telling people that it's good to it is good to, what you call again? It is good to have fullbacks in this team. Because Mike, I think having somebody who can play left back and right back would be good, but I know Pep loves Josko as a left back, and Josko does well as a left back, but sometimes you want to see Josko come in and play as a centre back. And I think even though he was looking bad in some of the games, it's because he's been used playing wide, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's also going to help us with these injuries, where you find players are getting injured. It's because they're being asked sometimes, like, I can't play as a right back, you're asked a player this. Just being a right back is also too much effort for a centre back, because they have to track back a lot and they have to go against pacey wingers. So if we get somebody like Cambiaso, I think it's going to be rest for most of the centre backs, and some of the centre backs who are easily getting injured, like John Stones, can actually get time sometimes to rest, because they will be rotating with the Akanjis and Akis. The Akis, who was also not fit, doesn't always have to play like a left back. It's just, this City team is due 4 backs. Because even if you look at the way we play sometimes, I was like, if that was a 4 back that crossing that, you know, I know that Josko is very dangerous, and he's good. He's good as a left back, but I just feel like natural 4 backs will help us with more assists to Haaland, crosses and to cut in sometimes, which we've been missing, to be honest. Last time we saw that was Cancelo. It was Cancelo, and I keep telling people we do miss like Cancelo, even as bad as he was when we threw him away. We do miss Cancelo. I think we miss Cancelo, and if this guy is as good at, people are saying he's as good as footballer than like Cancelo, but better defender, then let's get him.
And that's what I'm just about to say. Like, everything Cancelo is attacking, and what Cancelo lacking defense is what Cambiaso has. Cambiaso is very good going forward. He has the body, the strength, the athleticism to go defensively. You know what I mean? Very strong on the ball. He wins his headers. He's like, I think he like 6'2". So he got that, like that Van Dijk kind of commanding, body, but he's very athletic. The guy, Bro, I'm telling you, City's gonna sign this kid, and he's gonna be at the Etihad, fam. And I'm telling you, he can play left back, right back, and it's the same if City get Edison. Edison can play CDM, he can play left back, he can play anywhere in that left midfield, left defensive midfielder. Like, bro, I'm telling you. And City only taking Luis on a short-term loan. That's it. And that's where all the problem lies. And like I was saying earlier in the group, Juve know what's going on. They understand the business aspect of it. The player not getting enough game time. The player also wants to go to City if the club allow him. Juve now done two business to fill in the struggles, just like what City going through. They signed the PSG forward on loan until the end of the season. They signed the Chelsea defender, I think yesterday or the day before, on the same short-term loan until the end of the season to fill their lack of stuff that they're missing all season also. So they do understand it. They just want to try to get a deal done to sell the player to raise funds, but City not interested. City is not willing to pay for him. So
yeah,
they either going to agree a short-term loan, or City's gonna look somewhere else and probably sign Edison.
Yeah, I think if eventually, you know what I bet you it might come where it's like, oh, just you know, where Atlanta say if you cover his wages, you know, where you cover full wages, and then I think that's another time when, because every time I've seen obligation to buy, when team is refusing obligation to buy, they tell you, okay, then cover his wages. We will not cover half. You cover fully his wages. I'm pretty sure they will take the loan, because the loan money is still money. Loan money is still money. You still get money from a loan.
Yeah, so, and the loan it reduce your weekly wages. You know what I mean? Because if you're paying Luis $50,000 a week, and City said they're gonna pay 50% or 60%, then you get what I'm saying? Your weekly wages go down and still balance your book better. So the accounting staff go look over it and tell you it's still good business, and the player wants to go, not happy. So yeah, but I'm telling you,
we'll see how it moves on. We'll see how it moves on. Anyway, man, thank you for coming, man. I've already done 50 minutes. I'm just going to cut it here. I'm not going to be staying 1 hour.
That's fine. I appreciate just pull up in the garage. So.
Yeah, I appreciate you for coming, man, Mike. You continue your digging. We'll be waiting for your digging. There's a lot of
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Okay.
I'm like, we're gonna have more news tomorrow. So tomorrow there's gonna be a lot of progress. Even when the game going on, you're gonna have other people who really know what's going on gonna be talking. Like people at Juve at the club. Like I follow some people who like work at like actually Juve who talk about the stuff that's happening and know what's going on. And they're not no big media outlet like work for the big companies, but they're talking and you can put 2 and 2 together. And that's what I've been doing to see what makes sense.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna see, but after tomorrow's game, that's gonna decide everything.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm pretty sure if City get damaged tomorrow, they will start panic buying, which is also very good sometimes. Panic buy. They'll go and give that money for Cambiaso. Anyway, thank you for coming, man, and thank you for everybody who's in the chat and everybody who's been watching. The next video I'll do is tomorrow. I'm going to do a preview for the City game, which is the final, which Pep Guardiola in his press says we're going to win no matter what. So he seems like he's confident. Hopefully his players don't let him down and they believe the same thing, because he will be fuming, because he's very confident in the press saying we're going to win. I believe we're going to win. To be honest with you, as I'm saying, if we don't sign Cambiaso or ATM, what's the point of going to the next stage? Yeah.
Regardless of the result tomorrow, City will sign Cambiaso.
Yeah.
So regardless if we lose, City's gonna sign him.
Yeah, hopefully they do. Anyway, nice talking to you, man. Goodbye. Enjoy.
Wins tackles! Title winner! Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hit! Oh, that's electrifying! Hat-trick hunting, trick getting.
Still the appetite is there for more. Oh, it is sensational!